All right. So I guess the benefit of starting a podcast before E3 is that there's no shortage of big news to talk about. And so there is big news. That news, God of War, the sequel to God of War 2018, is delayed into 2022. We don't have a month, but it's delayed into 2022. But that's not what people are talking about. No. What people are talking about is the fact that God of War, Ragnarok is what it's apparently called, is also coming to the PlayStation 4. Yeah. You didn't see that one coming? Nobody saw that coming. It's because Sony kind of pulled an okie doke on it. Kind of. Not to mention, this is also happening to Gran Turismo 7. That game is also delayed into 2022. And that game was actually advertised as a game coming to PlayStation 5 exclusively, but now that game is also coming to PlayStation 4. Yeah, that's a problem. So, before I understood some details, I was going to defend Sony's decision a little bit because it's fine. In one sense, it's okay for them to put the game multiplat. Now, yes, from a PlayStation 5 owner and just from next-gen experience, we totally get the idea that if you are going to make a game for PlayStation 5 and that hardware is significantly different and better and it actually can change the gaming experience, then yes, putting it on the older platform is going to hold that new experience back. So why would you do that? Especially as everybody is bringing up Jim Ryan talking about we believe in generations, and not in the sense of we believe in cross-platform generations. No, he mentions that as if we believe in generations. We believe in moving on from one generation to the next and taking advantage of that next-gen hardware. That won't be happening with God of War and Gran Turismo 7. And so they kind of lied to us by omission, because apparently Sony knew God of War was going to be on the PlayStation 4. Now, in the case of Gran Turismo 7, it seems like that was a decision recently made that they were going to put it on the PlayStation 4. The thing is, there's nothing wrong with that decision in and of itself. It's the fact that they led us to believe, by not communicating directly to us, that these games are coming to the PlayStation 4. It's a calculated risk on Sony's part. They knew what they were doing. They knew God of War, the sequel to the 2018 one, God of War Ragnarok, was probably going to go on the PlayStation 4. Perhaps they were hoping they didn't have to put it on the PlayStation 4. That's entirely feasible, I think. Perhaps the same thing with Gran Turismo 7. But circumstances have changed, and they decided, nah, I think we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to put these games on the PlayStation 4. But they didn't tell nobody until now. And yet these PlayStation consoles have been sold. They have been marketing the idea that these games were coming exclusively to the PlayStation 5. They've been leading you to believe, trying to generate hype for the PlayStation 5 so that you go out and buy a PlayStation 5 when it's available. Did they think there would be backlash? Absolutely, they thought there was going to be backlash. But let me ask you this. Are you not going to buy a PlayStation 5 because of this? No. Are you not going to buy their games? Are you not going to buy God of War Ragnarok? Are you not going to buy Gran Turismo 7 if that's your thing? So that's the problem. Like, what recourse can there be against Sony for doing this? For lying to us? It's lying by omission. You could consider it a white lie, whatever you want to call it. It's still a lie. They still deceived us. And there's nothing we can do about it. What are we going to do? Just be super skeptical about everything that they say now? And then what? So what? Because here's the thing. If Sony decides to do this again, but then they deliver, What is there to argue? Let's say God of War Ragnarok is still super dope on the PlayStation 5. What are we going to say? Of course, we're going to forgive them. We're going to move on. Funny thing is, this isn't the first time they've done this. In a similar situation, not quite the same, but they did it with the reveal of the PlayStation 5. They didn't explicitly say that these games were going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 5, but they didn't also say anywhere, not even in fine print, that these games were coming to the PlayStation 4 until after the reveal event of the PlayStation 5. Remember, PlayStation 5 reveal event happens. One of the marquee games that they showed was Miles Morales. After the event was over, hours later, we learned from reports that Miles Morales was coming to the PlayStation 4. What? You knew what that meant. It wasn't going to take advantage of this next-gen hardware that Jim Ryan was advertising during the PlayStation 5 reveal event. Is it a big deal in and of itself? Not really. No. Can they do that? Yes, absolutely. Totally fair. But unlike Microsoft, who has detailed, we're going to have to make these games cross-gen, or we're going to make these games cross-gen, and they got lit up for it. Sony was like, nah, we're not going to let them know. We're going to try to push the envelope as far as we can without having to tell anybody, because we don't want to mess up the hype train. We are all about that hype train, because if we mess up that hype train, people are not going to buy PlayStation 5 consoles, because if they learn that these games are also coming to the PlayStation 4, then that's less reason to buy a PlayStation 5 day one or month one, whatever, first year. There's going to be, 3 or 4 games that are going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 5. The biggest one is probably Ratchet and Clank, which that game looks fantastic, and it does look like it's going to take advantage of the hardware because it is exclusive to the PlayStation 5. These other games will not be. So I can imagine there are some of you who are looking at your PlayStation 5 and you're like, when am I going to get something? Maybe you're not that interested in Ratchet and Clank. Maybe you are. Doesn't matter. When are you going to get something? When is there going to be a significant amount of PlayStation 5 IPs that you'll be able to play exclusively on the PlayStation 5 that take advantage of that wonderful SSD that it has? You're not going to get that. So Sony is willing to risk their reputation to get you hype. Because if they deliver, so what? Who cares? Who cares if they lie to you a little bit? Because if they lie to you, it only matters if they don't deliver. The problem is, Sony doesn't plan on not delivering. So that's good on your part if you're a PlayStation person. But the thing is, if Sony doesn't deliver, this is going to hit them hard. This is going to hit them real hard. But Jim Ryan and all the Sony folk are 100% in agreement that Sony's not going to fail on this. They will deliver. And honestly, if you look at the studio Sony's at, there's not a lot of chance that they're going to fail. Which is good, but still, how much longer are they going to keep playing with you? That's my question. I don't know how much longer you guys could put up with this. I don't think it's fair at all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out the full episode of First Person Perspective on Gaming Trend Videos. Each episode airs every Sunday, and you won't have to wait until these episode clips upload. Also, our team uploads raw, non-commentary gameplay of the biggest and smallest games on your radar every day. Go subscribe to Gaming Trend Videos.